Good afternoon, it's Mayor Turner, and I just wanted to give you the daily update to catch you up on everything. We'll start with the numbers, just like we do every day. Right now, Amarillo has 358 cases. Lubbock has gone up to 481, so we need to keep both those communities in our prayers and our thoughts and prayers. Abilene is at 191. San Angelo is at 42. Wichita Falls is at 62. Midland is at 69. El Paso is at 674. Right now, Odessa is at 67 cases. As far as tests, we have 914 negative tests. We have 100 that are pending, so we're waiting for those to come back. So we've tested a total of 1,081. We have 29 people that have recovered, and that is fantastic. And along with the 4 people that have passed away due to the COVID virus, so we still need to keep them in our thoughts and prayers. Give you an update on the hospitals. Medical Center has 3 confirmed cases in the hospital right now. They have 8 that are under review or under investigation. Like I said yesterday, that is just people that they believe they have a lot of the symptoms and they are testing. So they also have 35 tests that they're pending. You may ask, well, why are the tests pending if we have the machines? It's the machines have to have a cartridge. The cartridge, kind of like a printer. You can't print anything if you don't have the printer cartridge. Well, it's the same thing with the testing. The cartridges are in high demand, as you can imagine, and the state is actually keeping control of those. So I've been working on it to get more of those test kits here. The hospitals, of course, have been working on it. Representative Landgraf has been working on it. So we're doing everything we can to get those test kits out here so that we can use those. So some of these are still having to go to the labs, where sometimes it takes between 2 to 4 days to go to the private labs, or it can even take up to 7 days if we go to the state labs. So that's kind of get you caught up on that. Right now, it's great news at ORMC. They have 0 cases in the hospital. They have 0 under investigation. And currently they are waiting for 10 tests to come back. So that's great. Give you a little bit of an update on something else. Medical Center has had their second nurse show positive. They are in quarantine, doing well from what I'm hearing. They are having some of the symptoms, but we need to keep them in our prayers, because any of those people that are on the front line, it's tough on them, because when they go home, they have that fear that they may be taking it to their family. And so, as I've told you in the past, the EOC, which is the Emergency Operations Center, has opened up places for them to go. If somebody is experiencing or been exposed, they can go. One of the high school gyms have been opened up, and they have beds, they have food, they have everything they need to make sure that they can go somewhere and be able to rest without having the chance of taking the virus home to their families. Continue to let you know I'm working on the plan to get the community open. The plan is going well. One of the things that's kind of making it a little bit slower is we have to look at a whole range of businesses. We're looking at hair salons. We're talking about what nail salons need to do, talking about what restaurants need to do, what the large retailers are going to need to do, and things like that. Next week, Tuesday, council is going to vote on an amendment to our the stay in place ordinance that we declaration. What we're going to be able to do is the animal groomers are going to be open. There was a change in the document that I told you about that said what could be open, what couldn't be open. Well, the dog groomers are going to be able to open up after our vote on Tuesday. And we're excited about that. That will get some people back to work. We are also going to put in there that we strongly recommend that each person that goes out be wearing a mask, especially if you're going into retail. If you're going to the grocery store, if you're going to Walgreens, if you're going to Lowe's Home Improvement or anything like that, we want you wearing a mask. Like I've told you before, we have to make sure that we don't let this virus get any worse. Because if it gets worse when we open the community, we may have to pull back and maybe go back to where we were. And that's not something that we want to do. The mask actually protect you more than they protect anybody else. Because if I'm wearing a mask and I cough around you, all of those little droplets get caught in the mask and they don't go out to you. And so that's what we're encouraging. When we open the community, we may actually require masks to be able to go into a retail establishment. Some of the retail establishments are talking about not allowing people to go in without a mask because they can get their employees sick. So I will keep you up to date on everything as we move forward. A lot of people have, and you hear especially on the national media, a lot of concern about ventilators and things like that. Right now, in Ector County, they are only using 6.8% of the ventilators. So we have plenty of room at the hospitals. Our community is doing very well, and that is simply because of you citizens. You are making things, you're staying home, you're washing your hands, you're not touching your face. That's something I deal with. For some reason, I always touch my face. So don't do that unless your hands are clean. But that wraps up everything I have for today. I will be doing my Facebook Live probably around 3 o'clock on Monday. I've got some meetings that are going to be at the same time I need to be doing my Facebook Lives. But we will be have a quick council meeting on Monday to vote on the new person that is going to be in District 1. So that is coming up. But for this weekend, please continue to pray for all of those that need it. Pray for our city, pray for our state, pray for the nation. God bless each and every one of you. God bless Odessa, God bless Texas, and God bless the United States. Thank you and have a fantastic weekend.